Hello and welcome to another Mondays with May. Say hello in the comment section. Let me know where you're watching from and what it is that we are doing together today. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for choosing to come back, hang out, and spend a little bit of your day with me. And thank you for your patience while I briefly introduce myself to anybody who might be new to my channel. Hi, my name is May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies, and I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, and completely colorblind. So I mostly knit and crochet by feel. And guess what? Guess what's on the needles? Guess what hasn't been frogged yet? That's right. The skirt, the holly berry skirt in the Swish DK. It's okay to look at this, and be like, nah, girl, there's no way to tell you. That's not going to fit around your butt, right? Because guess what? Every single time that I pick it up and I look at this, I think, nah, girl, that is not going to fit around your butt. There's no nice, kind way to tell you that, right? And then I try it on, and it fits around my butt, my hips. Is it tighter than I wanted? Yeah, it's tighter than I wanted. It's not quite the look I was going for. But let me tell you, this Swish, it's got a lot of stretch in it. Yeah, a lot of bounce, a lot of stretch. And guess what? We're still trying out our little point protectors. We got 2 on the shorter set. We don't have any on the longer set because, well, they fell off the other day, right? I am visually impaired, and I can't find them. So, anyways, did I even say that in my introduction, guys? That's how spacey I'm feeling today. I don't even remember if I told you that. Yeah, I am visually impaired. And crochet by feel, right? So those end caps fell off, right, the other day. My point protectors, 2 out of 4. Haven't found them back yet. So we only have point protectors on 2 of our needles, but they are staying on pretty good. Okay, these are the point protectors from Knit Picks that we crochet, and I've been wanting to try those out for a while. So one thing that I'm noticing, if you notice that I got a set of wooden needles on this, I'm knitting in the round. If you're visually impaired like myself, knitting the skirt, and so I'm working it on 2 sets of circs in the round, and I've got a wooden set of needles on one on the first circ, and then I've got my nickel plated needles on the back set. Okay, so one thing I've noticed, and they're both size 6s, they're both 4 millis, right? The one thing that I noticed is that those little rubber point protectors, they stick on the wooden needles really well. Okay, you put them on the wooden needles, boom, they stick. You put them on the nickel plated needles, well, they pop off all the time. So that's something to keep in mind, that maybe, the rubber works better with the wood and not the metal points for whatever. Don't totally understand that, but thus so far, right? And I keep popping them back on to the wooden needles because I like that. Like when I'm not working it, like I don't, because I'm visually impaired, right? And it's really easy for me when I'm working with the needles to just like have them, if I'm working with one set and then the other one's dangling, like this cable in the back on the metal set is longer, so it's not likely to fall off of there, but the cable on the front is shorter, and we're getting closer to where the skirt, as I keep expanding on it, right, it's the length of the cable, and so the possibilities of it sliding off are increased, right, the more stitches there are. And so for me, that's kind of working good for me to like put those point protectors on there, and then that way I don't, as long as the point protectors stay on, I don't actually have to worry, right, about if those are gonna pop off, slide off the end. And it's much better than me having to like unscrew the tips of the needles, right, because these are interchangeable needles from Knit Picks, all of them, and so obviously I could unscrew those needle tips and put on the end cap, but I don't want to do that every single round, like, right, for me, somebody who's visually impaired, that's kind of a pain, right, to kind of have to do that, find a little hole in it every single time, do that. So I like the idea of the point protectors, if indeed they will stay on the needles. So we're finding out, we're playing. I like to experiment with little tools. I like to give you my review, let you know how they're working out. So far we've lost 2 out of 4 because they fell off the metal needle tips. Um, but anyways, let me know, what did you think about the frog it or finish it for Saturday? Because I have done a frog it or finish it before. I'm pretty sure we've done that at least once before. But that was with like old whips that I dug up, right? And so I was like, you know what? Like if they're wondering, right, in January, like, May, you got hats, which hats are nice, right? Hats are good. We like hats. Hats are good. I like hats. Hats are good. They're warm. They're great dono items, right? They're good for me. They're good for everybody. I feel like everybody who lives in a cold area can use a hat, right? So nothing wrong with making hats for yourself, for your family, for donations. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But at the same time, I'm sure some of you are like, that's all you're doing. And so I definitely wanted people to see that I've been doing more than hats. I'm just feeling, I got designs in my head because I love to design stuff. But, I cast stuff on and then I'm like, I don't know. It's not quite how I wanted it. Not how I pictured it, right? Set it down, work on a hat. Because hats are like, you can get them done. You can bang them out in a couple of days. And so some of them you can do in a day. Like a crochet hat you can do in a day. A baby, at least I can. I can do a crochet hat for an adult in a day. I can do a baby hat in a day, right? Like the color work hats and like the heart leaf birch hat, those took me a few days because they were much more intricate, right? So but still you can get those done quickly, versus like a skirt or a vest or something else like that, socks and fingering weight, those take longer times. And so I still haven't yanked the needles on anything yet, but those 4 projects that we talked about, they're all still on the needles, plus the baby blanket, right, is still on the needles. So I got 5 things on the needles, and I am still feeling stuck. So you know what I'm thinking about, right? I'm thinking about casting on like 1 or 2 more things. I'm like, maybe I'll just cast on something else. Right? When I don't know what else to do, I'm like, maybe I'll just start something else. That could be fun. So, but I did decide that for Mondays with May, we should work on this skirt because I'm thinking about this skirt more. Got to add just a couple more stitches on it. It's got, let's see, 88 times 2. We have 176 stitches on our skirt right now. I think I'm gonna do this round, another round, and then do another increased round. We're gonna get it up to 80, 90, so 180 stitches all the way around because it's a DK weight skirt, right? It's DK weight. And so I think if I do that, I think if we end up with 90 stitches, let's see, I'm going to put those point protectors back on. You see how close this is to the ends of this wooden needle? And so for me, that's not a lot of, when I'm flopping it around, right, when I can't see really what's going on. Like if you can see, right, you can tell when that's getting close to the end of your needles. But for me, I tend to work with really long cables because it's harder for me to tell, right, what's going on a needle that I don't have my hands on directly. So it's going to be easier for me to work with that metal needle and not have to worry about if this is slipping closer to the ends. So we're going to pop those end caps back on there. And we are going to just, work our back needle here and keep working on our skirt, okay? So, so what did you think about that? About seeing some of the other stuff that's on the needles, seeing some of the stuff that's in my mind, right? Because what I could tell you guys, I'm like, I've got all kinds of designs and things like rattling around in my brain, right? And then when I try to work them out on the needles, I'm like, I don't know, right? So, what did you think about that? And what did you think about the muse, right? Because when I put that on there and I, look at that and compare it to the Debbie Bliss Cashmere Merino Aran, right? The Tempting, that's obviously way, way bigger. And so I really, really like that yarn though. But I also really like that pattern. Another thought that I had that I don't think I mentioned on that video is that I'm using the smallest size on that pattern, 144 stitches, okay? and it fits me, and it fits me very nicely in the Aran, the Debbie Bliss Cashmere Merino Aran. And so, but my other option is I could totally recalculate that pattern, right? I could take that pattern and I could drop the whole thing down, like another, I don't know what, 16, probably 16, 20, 24 stitches, something like that. And so I could, that's one option, is that I could recalculate the entire pattern, redo the math on it, and make it so that I could make it with that Muse Aran, right? So drop the stitch count down to probably by at least 16. So I don't know what math ain't very good for me right now. From 144, 134, 128, something like that, 128. Or I could drop it down. I don't know how many more I would want to drop it down from that, but I could drop it down more and just redo the math on the entire pattern and drop it down to one size smaller. Then that's available on the pattern, right? I can do that. I can math sometimes. Sometimes I can math really good. Other times I can't math so good. Math, I'm usually really, really good at math, right? But when I'm tired, and other things are going on, then sometimes the math ain't mathin'. So, but that's definitely an option for me that I don't think I mentioned, is that if I really am committed to using that Muse yarn on that particular pattern, is that I could totally recalculate the whole thing, and make a size smaller than what's available. So that's an option too, but that's one of those patterns that's really basic, right? And so what I say, it's one that you can just really let the yarn do the talking on, right? So you can take a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn and let it do its thing. And so I'm also looking at Malabrigo, right? What did we just talk about? Malabrigo is on sale at Webs, or it was on sale at Web. When I made that video, it was on sale at Web. By the time you see this for Mondays with me, it will not be on sale at Webs. But right, the Malabrigo Rios. Now that's a little bit of a smaller gauge than the Debbie Bliss Cashmere Merino Aran, but I think that's okay. I really do. I think it would still work out fine. First of all, if I really was concerned about that having a smaller gauge, I could go up a size, right? But honestly, my purple top, it's plenty big, right? It fits me beautifully, but I got room in there, and so I think I'm gonna be fine, even if I went to a yarn of a smaller gauge, like a little bit, not a lot, like they're both number 4 worsteds, right? But it's a little bit of a smaller. Not a lot, but little. So, but that looks like that could be beautiful in the Malabrigo Rios, because that's a gorgeous yarn that you can just let it do its thing. So that's going on in my head. That's a possibility. Also, Cascade makes a waves yarn, right? Waves, and that's a really pretty, I think it's like a 220 waves, like the Cascade 220 waves, and that would be, I want to say I've ordered some of that in the berries from Webs. I don't know if it's in the house yet. I don't know. It might be in the house and I haven't unboxed it yet. That's a real possibility, okay? It's possible that I thought I ordered it and then didn't order it. Like I put it in the cart and then I took it out. That's a possibility. It's possible that I ordered it and it hasn't gotten here yet. It's possible that I ordered it and it's in the house and I haven't even unboxed it yet. We don't know sometimes what I be doing when I'm ordering yarn, right? I'm like, did I order that? Did I not, right? Because I put things in the cart, take things out, right? You heard all about that, right? And you check your bank account. So, but that I think is all, that's definitely a smaller gauge than the Debbie Bliss Cashmere Merino Aran. That's probably closer in gauge to the Malabrigo Rios. But that would also be really beautiful, I think, in that particular pattern. So I don't know yet. And then here's the other thing. Okay, so Malabrigo Rios, like I have it in the house in the Papyrus, but that's really a purple blend. And I've already got the top and the Cashmere Merino Aran in the Blackberry, so I don't think I want to do it in 2 purples. I have Rios in black. Not totally sure why I bought it in the black, right, when there's such an incredible color spectrum. And then I also have some in the house in Ravelry Red. Now, I can't find it right now. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it, but it's in the house. Um, so, anyways, though, um, but did you guys shop the web sale of the malabrigo? Did you? I'm very curious to know. I want to hear from you. Did you shop the sale at Webb's? Okay, because what did I tell you? I had so much yarn in my cart, right? I had a bunch of yarn in my cart. Um, and then I'm like, well, it's really like I had so much yarn in my cart. It's going to be super, super expensive, okay? And so I thought, you know what? We have a local yarn store that, you know, I've been to before. And they carry malabrigos. Look, my favorite thing is to go there and touch the malabrigo. So I asked Mr. Man, I'm like, you want to get me some for my birthday, right? Birthday. I'd love some malabrigo. And he's like, yeah. So I went to the website, right? My local yarn store, Paradise Fiber. You can literally choose and see what's in stock, what's in inventory, what they have. Went and checked what's on stock. Texted him a whole list of the yarns I wanted, the colors that were in stock, right? And he says, be happy to, right? And then, so I didn't place my order at Webb's. And I'm like, let me see what he, you know, can come up with at the local yarn store before I spend all my birthday money that he gave me at Webb's, right? And then he texts me back and he's like, I'm going there. And then he texts me back and he's like, it's not in stock. And I literally texted back, I'm like, wow, that's weird. I just checked. It's like, you know, everything that I sent you was bought. So weird. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, huh, that's strange. So then I go, right? I go to the Paradise Fibers, let's see. I go to the Paradise Fibers website, right? And, so I go to the website, right? And I check under Paradise Fibers, right? Under the, Malabrigo Rios, right? And then I checked the magenta, which is one of the colors I asked him for. And it says 12 on hand, like it did the other day when I checked it. And it's still there. So he told me that they didn't have it, that it's not in stock, right? When in fact they're telling me, like, no, we have it. It's in stock still. Like somebody didn't come and buy all the yarn. So, you know, that's a lot, right? I'm like, so I mean, like, so he told me that it's not in stock. They don't have it, even though they're still telling me on their website that they have it. That it's in stock. Like, I almost literally want to call the store and be like, how up to date? I really think that it's up to date, their website. They're really good about basically giving you, the shopper, like access to the inventory that they have in the store. And so, I mean, I just want to be like, I haven't talked to him about it yet. I haven't. I'm just gonna put it on the internet. Like, so grown up, May. So grown up. I'm like, just put it on the internet. Just put it on the internet that he thinks you're el stupido, right? You're el stupido. You don't have the ability to go back to the website and check the inventory and see what they say, right? Like, he literally thinks that I can't do that, or he doesn't care that he's telling me a lie that I can verify, right, is not in fact truth. I don't know. That doesn't really surprise me. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, right? Shouldn't be surprised. But I'm like, why don't you just say, like, just say, I gave you birthday money. You spend your birthday money on the yarn that you want, right? And I don't want to get you anything else. Like, just say that. Just say, you know what? I gave you birthday money. I'm not getting you anything else. That would be like the adult, right? That'd be the adult response that I could have way, way more respect for, right? I could have so much more respect for that response. If you're like, you know what? I gave you birthday money. That's it. That's all you're getting. I'm not getting you. I'm not getting you anything else, right? That's a response that I can respect. I 100%. Like, I'm like, you can say it, right? Even though do I know he has the money? Absolutely, he has the money. It's not a money issue with him, okay? He got the money, and not an issue. Money's not the issue, okay? It's not lack of funding why he doesn't give me the birthday money and buy the yarn. That's not the issue. He's got the money. But I would have so much more respect for somebody who would just say, you know what? I gave you birthday money. This is the amount of money that you're getting, and I'm not getting you anything else. That's fine. That's totally, totally fine. They'd be like, this is it. Shop within your means, right? You know, because I was like, if he'll buy me some of that malabrigo for my birthday, that would be amazing, right? And then I could spend my birthday money on food and stuff. But instead, he's going to tell me that he'd be happy to get me the yarn and then tell me that it's not in stock, even though I can go to the website and verify that it's still in stock. Okay, so, I think he thinks I'm stupid. So very strange, but whatever. It doesn't really surprise me. It just is, right? That just is what it is. So, you know. So, guess what? I went ahead and bought some malabrigo from Webb's. I did. It was still on sale when I got it, and so I just hit the button. You guys, I did. I bought all the okay, I didn't buy all the malabrigo Webb's, no way. And I didn't get it in the magenta, even though I wanted to, and even though they had it in stock. They had another color in stock, the camper, I forget what it's called, but it's one of the reds. It's probably similar to the Ravelry red that I have in the house that I can't find right now. Can't find it. Don't know where it's at. If I dig more in Yarn Mountain, will I be able to find it? Yeah, probably. But I can't find it right now. So I'm just bought some more. So, you know, don't know when it's gonna ship. It hasn't shipped yet. Don't know when it's gonna ship, but I did. I bought some malabrigo Rios. I bought a few different kinds of malabrigo Rios. So the suit, I don't know. I think I only bought one color of malabrigo Rios, but I think I bought like 4 different lines of malabrigo. So we're going to have malabrigo to look at. We're absolutely going to have malabrigo to look at, to unbox at some point. And then maybe I will use that red that's coming, right? And maybe we'll use that red to remake that tempting top, because I do have the papyrus in the house, and it's really tempting to just cast that on. But I'm like, you don't need the same top in 2 different purples, mate, right? So, that's such a mystery to me. I guess it's not really a mystery. I'm like, why would you say something and say you're happy to get that, and then, you know, say it's not in stock, and then knowing that I can verify that, right? That you're not, like, this is me. I'm like, I haven't said anything yet. This is usually what I say. I'm like, I don't want to call you a liar, babe. I don't think you're truthing, baby. Baby, I don't think you're truthing. I hate to call you a liar, baby, but I don't think you're truthing. Is that politer? Is that more polite? Is that the polite thing to say? That's usually what I say to people. Well, I hate to call you a liar, but I don't think you're truthing. So, whatever. The money is spent. I got rice in the house. You guys, don't worry. My daddy bought me a big bag of rice. So, I got rice in the house. I'm not gonna starve, right? I got rice. I got beans. I'm good. I got macaroni and cheese in the house. So I got food in the house. So for sure, I'm gonna be okay. I got, I got other stuff to eat. So I'm not really gonna worry, right, about that. It just is what it is, and I've been here for over 10 years now, right? 10 years and 1 month, so, I know by now, right? I know. I already know. There's already things that I know, y'all. So, it doesn't actually really surprise me, okay? So, should I have put that on the internet? well, might not should have done that. Might have should have kept that to myself, right? Might have should have been like made us one of those things. Because I'm a big believer that we don't have to put everything on the internet. We don't, and we shouldn't, by the way. Okay, we shouldn't put everything on the internet. Some things are private, right? Some things should be worked out privately. Maybe that was one of them. maybe that was one of the things that should have been worked out privately. Baby, I don't think you're truthing. Right? It's like when you ask a 3-year-old, did you eat the cookie? And they're like, no. Right? And they're still smacking their lips. And there's crumbs on their face. And they got crumbs on their shirt. Right? And like, did you eat the cookie? And like, no. No, I think there's chocolate on their face, right? Did you eat the cookie? Like, no. Right? And you're like, baby, I hate to call you a liar, but I don't think you're truthing, right? That's kind of, and we have joked about that before. Okay, we have, so, you know, it just is, right? It just is. Should I put it on the internet? Probably not. Probably wasn't the most mature thing to do. But you know what? Not really feeling mature today, obviously. Right? Obviously, I'm not really feeling mature today. So, whatever, right? Whatever. It's just one of those things that it's just like puzzling me, but it shouldn't be. And I'm not actually gonna let. I just spent the money, right? I just spent the birthday money on the malabrigo and whatever, right? Whatever. Don't know why we can't just say, I gave you birthday money, you spend that on whatever you want, yarn, food, whatever, and you don't get anything else. Like, just say that. We're not gonna say that. So, whatever, right? Whatever. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, but I want to hear from you. Did you buy some malabrigo? Did you get it? Where do you like to get your malabrigo from? Did you get it from Webb's? Do you like to get it from Premier? Premier Yarns carries a little bit of malabrigo. Like, they don't carry all the malabrigo, right? They don't. But Premier does have the Rios and the Arroya. I believe they sometimes have the Rasta. I have never had the Rasta before. So, Premier does, Webb's does, my local yarn store, Paradise Fibers has it. So, you know, you could get malabrigo in all kinds of places. I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, Webb's has the best prices, okay? But I'm not saying Premier sometimes has it for comparable prices. You just have to watch the sales, right? Like, I think the Rios was down to like $14 or something like that. Over those 2 days when they put it on sale. So for me, that's a good deal. That's a good price for malabrigo Rios. I'm good with that. I'm comfortable with that. That's totally fine. I might have to dig up my Ravelry Red if I can't wait for that new yarn to come in. You know, I also checked, like I said, malabrigo Rios in either magenta or purple mystery. Right now, I mean, I would prefer they had it in the magenta and the purple mystery, and I'll take it in purple mystery too, but you know, be another purple, so I don't know if it'd actually be what I want to do with that top. And the ones that I ordered from Webb's, I ordered in a red, not Ravelry Red, a different red that starts with the C, you guys, and I can't remember what. But you know, if I get too impatient waiting for that, then I am just gonna, you know, dig and Yarn Mountain and find my Ravelry Red and go with that. But we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. You know, I want to say I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get impatient, and I'm going to do it. Realistically, I don't know, because you know, this pile of goodness is still next to me. 5 projects on the needles. I want to cast on 2 more, because you know, why not, right? 2, 3, 4. We don't know how many more projects I could cast on here. If I'm not designing them, it's more likely that they could get finished, right? Because if the pattern's already written out and I don't have to design it, then that definitely increases the possibility that their project will get finished, right? I feel because I can't draw and I can't sketch, and so when I'm designing something like this skirt that we're working on, it's all in my head. It's nowhere. There's no pattern, right? It's just in my head. It's just something that I picture, and then I try to take that picture and like I can't sketch, you guys. You saw my writing when we did. If you watched my Braille Literacy Month, right? Then you saw my writing. You saw, and so if that's how I write letters, then you better know me trying to sketch. It's just as comical, okay? It is. it's like, and so it would be pointless for me to try to sketch out a design. And so when I have things in my head, I just have to try to take them from like a thought, in a mental picture, and then make them into like a tangible thing on the needles. And so so that's why a lot of times when I'm designing things like this skirt, they get sort of worked out part way, and then they get put on pause, and then sometimes they get frogged, and sometimes they happen, right? Like I talked about my blue hoodie here, and I told you I was like, I want to remake that in a different color. And I was really, really leaning towards the swish, but the swish bulky in the black. But now that I see, I know swish has got a lot of bounce to it. I do. I know swish has got a lot of stretch to it. Especially, right, when I look at this skirt, when I look at how small that waist is, and then I, get it over my behind, and I'm like, oh boy, there's a lot of stretch in that. I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for in my hoodie. That's the thing, y'all. I don't think that's quite what I want in my hoodie. So I am almost leaning back towards wool of the Andes for that. The wool of the Andes bulky. Now I have wool of the Andes in the house in I want to say coal. I don't know why it doesn't come in black, but it comes in coal. And I have that in the house, so I'm kind of leaning toward. I also have it in, of course, hollyberry, right? We know I have it in hollyberry, of course. But I already made my big boxy cardi in wool of the Andes in the hollyberry, and so I don't know. Do I want both cardis in the hollyberry and wool of the Andes, or do I want one in the coal? I don't know yet, you guys. We don't know yet. So, anyways, I'm almost finished with this round here. So I think, you guys, I think I am getting ready to go. I think that's good enough, right? We did a couple of rounds together. Is that good enough? You guys all good with that? Was that fun? So anyways, I do think I'm going to go for now. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do this week yet. It's my birthday week. Anything could happen, you guys. I could change my mind in a moment and be like, ooh, I want to do that, right? And it'd just be fun. So we might be in the kitchen. I know not everybody likes the cooking videos, okay? I know that when it's a yarn channel, and I know that everybody likes Braille Literacy Month. I know that, but you don't need to watch those things, right? But I know that when I post cooking videos, people unsubscribe. They do. They're like, so it's all good though. It's all good. But whatever, right? Whatever. So anyways, I think I'm going to go. There's other things I was going to talk about today for sure. But, I was just like that whole exchange just happened over the malabrigo. And I was feeling amused. What do you guys think? Should I say something to him? Should I screenshot that it's in stock still and text that to him and be like, how weird, right? How weird! Oh my God, they told you it wasn't in stock? How weird! Or should I just let it go, right? Such a dilemma, right? To be like, should I text you the screenshots? Or just be like, whatever. That's my dilemma. Let me know what you do. Because I don't really know. I'm like, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it for me? At this point, I really feel like it's not, right? At this point, I've been here for over 10 years, and I already am like, it ain't even worth it, mate, right? How many times we've been down this road? How many times we've been down this road where I'm like, I don't think you're true then. Just let it go, right? And just keep note of it mentally, right? Make mental notes. Not gonna do me any good, but I've been here for 10 years, so whatever, right? Whatever. So anyway, I will let you take another look at the skirt. Look at that! It's totally fine to look at that and be like, girl, there's no way that fits on your butt. I am not offended by that at all. Because that's the exact thought that I have. Every time I pick this up, I'm like, girl, there's no way that's getting over your hips. And then it does, you guys, it does. Like, look at all the stretch in that. That's cray, right? Look at that. So, anyways, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to put on a few more rounds on this. I'm going to try it on. Okay, I'm going to try it on after a few more stitches. And then who knows? We might work on it for Whip Wednesday too. But should we do that for Whip Wednesday? Should we make my birthday cake for Whip Wednesday and then come back and hang out on my birthday? I don't know yet. It's just, I can't plan that far ahead right now. That's where I wish I could say I was organized, you guys. I wish I could. I wish I could tell you I was organized today, but I'm not. Not organized today anymore. So that is where we're at. But thank you so much for listening, right? And you know what we have to say, right? Creativity is for everybody, whether you see or you see like me, which is not in color, or you don't see at all. Creativity is for you. And whether it's knitting or crocheting or sewing or quilting or beading or sculpting or painting or weaving or carving or whatever it is that you do, today is a great day to craft and create. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye for now.